morning. I want you to picture a parent and a child walking through the commissary. They come up on the ice cream section, and of course the child asks for ice cream. The parent says no, and immediately the child goes into a tantrum. Now I want you to imagine that that parent is you, and that that child is your own. How do you feel? Are you embarrassed? Are you angry at your child? Most of us probably would be. Of course, disciplining children is not an easy task. But this is especially difficult when parents don't know how to communicate with their children effectively. You need to know how to communicate with your child in order to discipline them and develop good lines of communication between you two. Now, I know some of you have children, some of you don't. But those of you that don't have children will probably have children someday. So it's important that we all learn how to communicate effectively in order to someday be good parents. Me, I'm the father of a 5-year-old boy. And I'll tell you from personal experience, sometimes communicating with him is harder than communicating with an adult. Fortunately, I had some experience before I had my own child. I helped raise my younger sister and my younger brother. Being over a decade older than both of them, I had to babysit them and perform certain parental duties from time to time. Later, while I was working at high school, I worked at the playground, or actually the play place of a McDonald's restaurant for almost a year. While I worked there, I was responsible for hosting kids' birthday parties and playing with and interacting with the kids from time to time in the playground. Very good job. Those experiences, plus books and articles and other things I've learned over the years, helped me prepare to be a better father. But we don't all have those opportunities. Next slide, please. Now, sometimes kids are going to misbehave. And you've got to know how to talk to them and how to deal with them. If you follow these 4 tips right here that have been developed by well-known researchers, you will be effective. The first one, developed by Knowlton and his research, is to listen. The second, according to Chansey and his colleagues, is to be firm. The third one, according to Schenk's research, is to communicate acceptance. And the fourth one, also by Schenk, is to talk with, not at your children. 4 very important tips. Now let's move on to the first one. Next slide, please. Listen. Listening is arguably one of the most important steps to good communication. When your child wants to talk to you, you need to stop what you're doing, pay attention, and just try to understand what it is they're trying to say to you. They need to know that what they say matters. Next slide, please. Now we're done with the first step. Let's move on to the second tip. Being firm. When you talk to your child, be firm. They need to know that what you say is important. Otherwise, they will gaff you off. They won't think it matters. Now, don't confuse being firm with being aggressive. Because children learn aggressiveness. They'll grow up to be aggressive just like you. If they do something wrong, if they don't listen, be firm and be calm and collected. You need to be calm and collected when they're frustrated and angry. That's all for the second tip. Let's move on to the third one. Next slide, please. Communicate acceptance. It's important to a child's well-being and self-esteem that they feel accepted. They need to know that they matter. Acceptance improves their self-esteem, their confidence, and it helps them interact with others in healthy, non-aggressive ways. When you discipline them, reiterate to them that you're disciplining the behavior, but that you still love and accept them. Communicate your love through words. Little by little, they will learn and understand that even when you discipline them, you still love and accept them. Now let's talk about the last tip. Next slide, please. The last one is talk with, not at your children. A lot of parents make the mistake of talking at their children because they think children are so small and so unintelligent that they can't conversate. They can't converse with you on an adult level. What you need to understand is that children, just like adults, hate being talked at. Instead, try to involve them in a two-way conversation. Allow them to express their opinions. And when appropriate, let them make choices about the things that affect them. If you're talking about something that you think is important, like manners, for example, try to do it in a way that's enjoyable to them, like a sing-along or something like that. Now, we've talked about the 4 tips. Let's talk about why this is beneficial to you. Next slide, please. If you have good communication skills, you will teach those skills to your children. Children that have good communication skills are better able to interact with those around them, are more confident, and have better self-esteem. So we've talked about 4 tips to better communicate with children and why that benefits you. Now let's review. Next slide, please. Whether you want to accept it or not, all children will misbehave at one point or another. How you deal with it is up to you. If you follow these 4 tips, listen, be firm, communicate acceptance, and talk with, not at children, you will be a better parent. You will raise a child that is confident, has good self-esteem, and can interact with those around him in healthy and non-aggressive ways. Those of you that have children, I challenge you to try these methods and compare the results with your traditional method. For those of you that don't have children, I challenge you to learn as much as you can about communication. In the meantime, try these methods out with the children you're communicating with on an occasional basis, like maybe nieces, nephews, or even the children of co-workers. And see for yourself the power of good communication. Thank you for your time.